To sum this comment up in one word, I will say brutal, because this is brutal right here. The way my mind works in life is, if you say something dumb, it's still dumb, but at least you have the excuse of the heat of the moment. But to come in with this ego, this cockiness, to correct someone, to try to tell them they're wrong, and to say they don't know ball, but then you're wrong, it's like, guy, you had time to look things up. You had time to research, to look at the data, to then decide if you want to come in here and correct me or not. You're going to go off some wrong anecdote in your mind. Compare Jake Browning to Ravens backups. Okay, we will. We'll look at Jake Browning's career compared to Tyler Huntley's career, okay? We have Ravens backup, Bengals backup. We can look at them. Browning beats Huntley in basically everything. Wins, when you compare, game sizes, yards, touchdowns. He beats him in basically everything. Even this year, Bengals fans act like Browning was horrendous. He was so bad. Yeah, he was bad. But you know what? He's still better than Cooper Rush. So it's like, by you saying this right here, all you do is prove my point more. It's so bad to read these things because it's like, dude, Jake Browning wasn't good enough for you. He was horrendous. But he was still better than Cooper Rush. And if you still don't believe me, I'm going to take you to school real quick. Here it is, 2025 Browning versus Rush. And I'm going to give you this right here, the benefit of the doubt. Because Browning should have a win because he had that comeback against the Jaguars. But we'll have both of them as winless. Browning beats Rush, and he has more than double his passing yards in basically the same amount of games. It's insane. He has 6 touchdowns, obviously 8 picks. Yeah, that's terrible. I'll give you that right there. 8 picks is terrible. But Cooper Rush has 0. Okay, let's look at Tyler Huntley. Let's look at Huntley. Career versus career. Let's see it. And now it's Tyler Huntley time. Jake Browning has one less win than Tyler Huntley, with 4 less games played. He also has a higher completion percentage and almost the exact same amount of yards thrown in those 4 less games. More yards per attempt, more yards per game, more touchdowns thrown in that amount of 4 less games. Once again, I'll concede you with the interceptions because Browning has been a turnover machine this year. But this graph right here doesn't show you Huntley's fumbles also. And a passer rating of 10 more points is pretty damning right there in Browning's favor. Then obviously Huntley kills him in rushing yards, but Browning only has 1 less rushing touchdown. It's like, what are we talking about here? You're going to say, I don't know ball, while basically Jake Browning, the guy who you think is the worst quarterback of all time, has, played at the level or even better than the Ravens backups. You guys forget also too that besides this year right here, Jake Browning was 4-3. The Ravens simply do not win when Lamar Jackson does not play. They never do. It rarely ever happens. But when Joe Burrow was out, a 41-year-old washed Joe Flacco, who couldn't last on the Colts, the Eagles, the Browns, can come in and perform well. Jake Browning has done one before, and this was a guy who nobody ever believed in before. The Bengals had the best receiver in the NFL, and probably the best wide receiver 2 in the NFL, maybe the second best. You guys are delusional.